Hello there and welcome back to another video. It's a kitchen video today. I've literally just walked back through the door from work, which itself was a crap day as it was, in a pretty terrible environment and such like that. Anyway, last night obviously doesn't make that easier. Liverpool versus Manchester United. Man United winning 2-1 and deservedly. I don't like saying that. I really don't like saying that as a Liverpool fan, but Manchester United deserved that victory. I haven't got my iPad in front of me. I'm not looking at stats. I'm not looking at chances created and all that sort of stuff. I know we had the majority of the possession. We had, United had a lot of shots, more shots than us on target. Their very first shot on target goes in. Sancho. You know what? I don't even want to talk about the actual game. I really don't. We have looked like a team of pretenders since this league started back up. We are 3 games in and we have 2 points. Liverpool fans, and I will say, likes of thisisanfield.com, Redmen TV, Empire of the Cop and stuff like that, posting out memes and stuff when Man United were getting battered by Brentford and Brighton, or Brighton and Brentford, whichever way round it was, getting done 4-0 and stuff like that. And you jumped the gun. You jumped the gun by posting memes. Jose Enrique is one of the most annoying people that used to play for Liverpool in his trash talk and stuff like that of other teams. He's always putting other teams down, and he always will turn around and say, like, as if Liverpool are the extreme best team on the planet right now. And we're not. We absolutely are not. We're not the best team on the planet right now, and we definitely could be. There hasn't been that many drastic changes for Liverpool that means that we're not one of the best teams on the planet, but we aren't playing like it. We're not even playing like a team that would want Europa Conference League right now. You can have all the possession in the world, but if you're doing nothing with it, doesn't mean anything. So people can turn around and say that Liverpool control games. Do we? Possession, in my mind, does not equal control. Have you been allowed to have that possession, or have you taken that possession from the opposition? That's the key question for me. Maybe not for other people, but that's the key question for me. Are they allowing you to have that possession because they know you are vulnerable to a counter-attack? Make you think, doesn't it? It really does make you think. I said in a recent video, I cannot remember which one it was, but I'll paraphrase it anyway because I can't remember the exact quote either. We have been figured out. We'll talk about the lineup a little bit in just a second as well. But we have been well and truly figured out. If you ask someone who supports a team in any league in the world, and I mean almost literally any league in the world, mate, Liverpool next week, how are they going to line up and what formation are they going to use? Bang! Everybody knows it. 4-3-3, and you know what the back line's going to be. Most of the times I don't, like when we are doing well, I wouldn't even need to do a starting 11 prediction, maybe apart from a player here or a player there. Everybody knows it. They know the system that we're going to play. They know the high line that we're going to play. That high line, with Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez in it, looked like the high line we tried to play when it was Nat Phillips and Reece Williams a couple of years ago. There's no excuses from any of these players that were picked and chosen last night and didn't perform. They absolutely did not perform. Some people stood still. Virgil van Dijk, man, I know people say we can't criticise some of these players, but why can't we? Because they put in an abysmal performance. Take away Salah's consolation goal, which was a bit of a scrappy one anyway. It was a little bit of a scrappy one. Doesn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things because you lost the game. Means that we have, instead of being -2 goal difference or something like that, it means that we're like -1 or whatever it is. Probably is -1 actually because we drew the other 2 games. It doesn't mean anything. Salah gets another goal for the goal scoring charts. Whoa. I wonder if he regrets signing his new deal at this moment in time. Is it too early in the season to be worried? I don't think so, because we look lethargic. We look lethargic. If we were playing a similar sort of team when we had the likes of Virgil van Dijk injured, Joe Gomez injured, loads of different players that were injured at different times during that season a few seasons ago, if we were in that sort of situation, you can understand it, and we were struggling. We were trying our best and it just wasn't happening. It didn't even look like we were trying our best against Manchester United. It didn't. And to be honest with you, they didn't really have to try their best, in my opinion. They just had to wait for the right opportunity to turn up, and the right opportunities did turn up. They didn't really even need to create anything. They were handed to them. It just is what it is. At the moment, and do excuse the language because I'm just in that frame of mind, at this moment in time, this very moment, Liverpool are goddamn awful. We are. All the gear, no idea. That's what it looks like. Now, some people might try and pin it, oh, well, we shouldn't have let Sadio Mane go. This isn't down to one player leaving. This is down to the fact that, for some reason, we still do not have any form of a plan B. Never mind a plan C or anything like that. We don't have different formations. We don't have different systems that we could use or things that we could switch into. We don't. Everybody knows how we're going to play week in, week out, and we're just going to have to hope that it works. This isn't a couple of years ago where you got teams at the bottom of the league and stuff like that, where we nearly are at the moment, where, you know, you've got some teams that you're guaranteed to get points off, that you're guaranteed you're going to get a good performance off. I looked at Newcastle playing Man City the other day, and I think, I don't want to play Newcastle. I would rather play Man City than I would rather play over Newcastle right now. And what does that say? Newcastle haven't even hit, like, they've got like the wealthiest owners, I believe, in the Premier League, you know, and they haven't even they haven't gone out and done get an Mbappe or a Messi or something like that in Newcastle. They've spent well, recruited well, and they've got a really, really good coach. Now, Klopp earlier this week, talking about, I'm not in charge of what we spend, you should have been saying this in June. Yes, I am criticising Jurgen Klopp, and I know it doesn't happen often, but if you're now turning around and saying, I am not in control of what we spend, you should have said this in June. And then the fan base wouldn't have spent most of the summer going, are we actually getting more midfielders or not? Everyone was hooked on the fact that, oh, we're going to go get Tchouaméni. Went to Real Madrid. Oh, it's okay. We're going to get Jude Bellingham next year. It'll be fine, no worries. We'll get our top four and maybe a title race. And then it looks like Real Madrid are going to go in for Jude Bellingham as well, because why wouldn't they? And then if you're going to put yourselves up against Real Madrid when it comes to transfers, it's very, very lopsided in the fact that you're probably not going to win. There's other... I couldn't believe... Yes, our bench was threadbare yesterday. And that is down to injuries, that is out of the manager's control. But when I saw the midfield of Henderson, Milner and Harvey Elliott, and then I saw Fabinho on the bench, and then after 2-0, brought Fabinho on, I'm questioning what the logic is there. Are you trying to send some sort of statement saying I can't risk using someone like Fabinho in a key game against a key rival because you don't want to risk him being injured? Might have helped us. Might not have helped us. Might still have been 2-0 down, and maybe the game finishes 2-1. Exactly the same as it was. But it could have been different. I don't even know who our next game is against. I fear for it. I really do. I had a lot of hope coming into this season. Not that we were going to maybe, everyone keeps turning around. Ian Wright said the other day, if it wasn't for Liverpool, this league would be shit. We're not the ones this year. We are not the ones this year. I don't know how we rebuild. And I say a rebuild because there's a couple of players that I don't think we should still have. Whatever the situation is with Naby Keita, if he doesn't want to be at Liverpool, sell him. If he doesn't want to be at Liverpool and he's not happy, sell him. Can't be keep doing all these constant little injuries that Naby Keita has. As quality as a player as he can be, if he's not happy here, and whether that's because his best mate Sadio Mane has moved, whatever, I genuinely don't care. People move on in life. Things happen. But if you're not happy where you are, move on. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, is he injured or what? I don't know what happens with him. Sell him. It turns up like 3 times a year. Sell him. Sell him. Should have sold him last year. Sell him. Any players that are like that, they need to be gone and replaced with quality. And if Jurgen Klopp, if what he says is true, and he says he's not in control of the money that they spend, which means that his spending has been restricted this year, should have mentioned it earlier. And the fan base probably wouldn't be so up in arms as it is right now. Because when I look at that league and I look at the teams that are, like, I look at even the teams that came up, your Fulham's, your Nottingham Forest, and God, who was the other team that came up? I can't remember. I'm not going to spend time remembering right now. Like, the teams that came up, they look like they play quality football. We played Fulham already, 2-2. Like, I don't see an easy game or like I can go into another game with confidence. I genuinely don't. I really, really don't. Am I losing faith? A little bit, yeah. Am I right to? I don't know. It's how I feel right now. Tomorrow I might feel different. The next day I might feel the same. I don't know. There's a lot of players that need to have a good, long, hard look at themselves and ask themselves if they want it. Do they want it? Are they willing to put in the effort? I think I might get a visit from the cat here, maybe. That'd actually make me smile. That'd be good. I'm not hanging out all the players to dry, but there was only like 1 or 2. Like Luis Diaz looked like he wanted it. Harvey Elliott did the best that he could. Everybody else? Abysmal. That's all I've got for you. Take care of yourselves. Let's see what we can do for the next match. I am out of here. I need to eat. Take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you later.